Hello, friends. Welcome to Chasing K-Dramas, the podcast that dissects popular Korean dramas episode by episode. We dig into the characters, themes, and everything in between. I am Dulcé Sloan, and I'm here with my co-host,
Chrissy Choi.
So, we are still on our road to 10,000 Sarangees campaign. We are celebrating 1 year of Chasing K-Dramas on February the 5th, 2026. We're here. Apparently, everybody's credit card expires this year. So, get on top of that. For some reason, everybody's credit card expires this year. And so, be sure that you subscribe to us on the YouTube. So, the 10,000 Sarangees we're trying to get to is on the YouTube. Right now, we're on like 4,000. Mm-hmm. So, one of y'all, just get one friend. Just get one friend. You know your mom doesn't know how the internet works, or your auntie don't know. So, just ask mama or email or somebody, hey, click on this thing, and it'll make Chrissy Choi very happy. So tell your friends about us, because we also have an official fan club called Club Sarangees on the Substack, and that's chasingkdramas.substack.com, where you can get bonus content and our newsletter for $6 a month.
Yes.
And so we alternate on who does the newsletter. Mm-hmm. So Chrissy did the last one, I'm doing the next one. Mm-hmm. And so we go back and forth, and so there's 1 week there's bonus content, and other weeks there is the newsletter. And so we do have a live show coming up on March the 7th at BlurredCon in Washington, D.C. So please get your details at blurredcon.org. You get your pass for the weekend, and we're going to do a panel.
Yep.
And we're doing a live record.
Yep.
And I'm going to be doing a comedy show.
Yes.
So come out, show up, and show out for me and Chrissy, because we work so hard. Chrissy works hard. Chrissy works very hard.
We work really hard.
We all work. We're going to be working hard. I'm going to be on the road. So I've got some shows coming up.
Yes.
On January the 17th, I'm going to be in New Bedford, Massachusetts at the Zetarian Performing Arts Center. Mm-hmm. It's going to be reopening. And then if you were in New Orleans, January 23rd and 24th, I'm going to be at Sports Drinks. And then February the 1st, I'm going to be back at Cobb's Comedy Club for Sketchfest. And so last year I sold out, which was amazing.
Cool.
So I need y'all to show up again, because I got to pay my mortgage. And then in February, I'm doing a Virginia run. So I'm going to be at the Virginia Beach Funny Bone. I'm going to be at this place called Tin Pan. And then Golden Pony. But I think Golden Pony might already be sold out.
Oh, cool.
So
that's great.
In March, we got some openings. I got BlurredCon, and that's it. Oh, April, if you were in San Jose, I'm going to be at Rooster T. Feathers. And the rest of my dates for the year are at dulcesloan.com. Also, we got my my inspirational merch, my ministry, nomorbrokedick.com. And so, I told you I met Melissa Etheridge at Tiffany's party.
Yes.
So I'm making a custom gift for her. It's going to be a throw pillow that says
"No more
broke poom poom."
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I was like, because Melissa Etheridge is
very Lilith Fair. And so
she's the icon of
she's the icon of that genre of women,
queer community,
and queer. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to be making her a No More Broke PY.
There's a lovely Lilith Fair documentary on Hulu. It's the widest thing I've ever probably said.
Of course it is.
But it's actually very informative.
About why they started doing it, because
it's not about why, it's about like how they did it. They put so much effort into it. I love a good doc. I'm a doc girl.
Why is it called Lilith?
Because Lilith is the
when this was like the first
biblical
woman?
Yeah. It's Eve and Lilith.
The popular legend of her as Adam's rebellious first wife, created equal to him before Eve.
Yes.
So this developed much later in Jewish folklore. She represents female autonomy and rebellion, but her story isn't in the canonical Bible.
But okay, so hence you just said it. That is why they named it Lilith Fair. That line you just said, because it's about
female autonomy and rebellion.
You should watch the documentary if you like docs.
Listen,
I'm a doc person.
I like a doc on science stuff.
I like science stuff too.
So I like a Nova.
Nova is great. PBS,
like a Frontline.
Love.
Here's the thing: like now that like PBS isn't on regular TV, I don't run into like PBS.
It's on Amazon.
Well, you have.
I sub to PBS documentaries, so I get access to Nova.
So I watch because I look at I think I still have my my subscription to PBS Kids, because sometimes you just need to watch Arthur.
Arthur's great.
I thought about doing an Arthur. You know what I'm
talking about? Remember Wishbone?
Yes.
I loved Wishbone.
You know how many books I didn't read in high school because of Wishbone? I never read A Tale of Two Cities.
I loved Wishbone. Okay, so today we're talking about episode 4. of Dynamite Kiss.
Yes.
It's very exciting. So this one we talked about in the last episode. This is Trope City.
Trope City, bitch. Trope City, bitch. That's the thing. Tropes.
So it's a full-blown trope marathon. We've got a dramatic rescue that makes zero sense, a closet almost kiss, a fake husband understanding, an accidental kiss in a baby store, a chaebol black card rescue straight out of Fantasyland. Somehow it also delivers real emotional depth as Ji-hyuk's past and Da-rim's struggles finally collide.
Listen.
This episode, honestly, it made me like I was a bit taken aback by the amount of tropes because it went from, because in the previous episodes we've had, I think in the last episode we had 10 tropes.
Right.
Like each episode has 8 to 10 tropes.
Right.
But for some reason, this episode, I feel like they literally just like pulled out a handbook, a document of sorts that has a checklist of every single trope that you can find in K-drama land, and they just added it in.
I see what you're saying.
It's a lot. It's like a lot. And I almost feel like the writers...
Like the accidental kiss was like, oh, come on.
But do you think like the writers... this is intentional. It has to be intentional, right?
Yes. Because you have to give the people... Like, I think... Here's the thing. I think the dramas that are the most popular are the ones that follow the formula. I think people look to Korean dramas for a formula. If I'm watching a seguk and the left minister is not his enemy, then I don't know what's happening on this show. If the king does not at least try to get poisoned, if the previous king, if no king is getting poisoned, if the dowager, if Debbie Mama and the queen don't get along, perfect. If they do get along, what's happening? You're telling me all of the queens get along?
No.
You're telling me
because they're from different clans.
And you're telling me the left state minister isn't always the brother to the king's mom? What?
I know.
No. His uncle is his biggest enemy.
Oh, it's always the uncle. It's always his mom's
brother. It's always the mom's brother because the mother, because it's like every time the queen comes in, it always has to be from the rival of the king.
Yes, it's always a queen, and then there's always the queen dowager who's a little sketch too.
Baby mama is out here, mama.
Oh, speaking of, I wanted to talk about this in the last episode, and maybe we should have brought it up in the last episode, but I am very, very excited about a new drama that's going to be starting. We talked about it. I already talked about it in the newsletter a couple weeks back. It's called Crown Perfect. It's going to be on Disney. And I told you it's a modern day re-envisioning of there's a Chosun royal family.
Yes.
Right? The royal family stayed intact. And
so the Japanese did invade.
I think they do invade, but I think they managed to keep the royal family, right? But this drama is with IU and Pyonwoo-seok.
It's called Crown Perfect?
It's called Crown Perfect. It's going to be, I believe it's SBS or is it NBC? I'm not sure. SBS or NBC drama with Disney Plus streaming it. It's going to be out in April, but it's with IU, Pyonwoo-seok. And basically she plays the second daughter of a chaebol family who marries, or like a daughter of a chaebol family who marries the second son of the Korean royal family. And I am so stinking excited. They did a teaser release of the trailer, and I posted it with our Sarangees. I'm so excited.
Oh, because like a chaebol would be the...
I'm so excited.
Because a chaebol would be the equivalent of like a...
she could marry, an
aristocrat family.
Yeah.
A noble family.
Have you watched Goong? Okay.
Spell it.
Goong. Princess Hours. So Goong is the Korean title. It came out when I was in college.
I've seen this pop up on
it's so fucking good. So basically it's very similar, only the main girl, the young girl, she's
a common
not a
high school girl tries to find her way after she unexpectedly is married off to the crown prince.
Oh, it's exciting. Anyways, it's gonna have Goong vibes. I'm so excited. So episode 4. Opening scene.
Girl.
So we have the pool confrontation, he jumps in, saves her after, getting those poor reports all soaking wet, right? And then the scene though, the way they the way they repeat this and the way they show it, it's so fucking dramatic. Like she wasn't even close to drowning, and it made me laugh. And I thought about you always talking about having to be in a water tank.
You got to be in that water.
They kind of had that because she went below for a bit, and then I'm like, but it wasn't really a drowning scene, and they made it overly dramatic for no reason. But that's just my take.
Well, once you lose your foothold, if you can't swim, then it's over. Because you'll start to, because like people will drown like that because they panic. So
well, she was fucking panicking.
She was truly panicking.
I know,
Also, she had a wad full of paper on her shoulder, so she was being weighed down by this paper mache. But when they show it from the other side, they don't even show you him jumping in.
No,
which I expected to show you because like you see him watch her, and then you see like the silhouette of his body. I don't think he was actually swimming.
I think they do this again.
But when they cut it this way, it wasn't even interesting.
That's
because
what I'm saying. I was laughing.
Right, because I'm supposed to see his perspective, him jumping in, him saving her, and it's just like you see him see her, and then you see body hit the water, and then and it's a jump cut to him saving her. And it's like, oh, he didn't actually.
Yeah. And then he's like, why did you jump in? And she's like, oh, I just want to live. And it's like the whole thing again.
Oh, because he said to her, it was like, oh, you're trying to die. And she's like, no, I'm trying to live.
I'm trying to live. It's our livelihood. So anyways, so then in the middle of that, they randomly cut to Seon-woo with his little baby. And baby Junie's very smart because he plays chess really well.
Hey, I can't play chess, but I can say the 2 times I tried to learn, I was drunk.
Chess is tough.
So it's too much.
It's too much. So then he's like, I want dumplings for dinner. And this one was like, okay, I'll go get you dumplings.
He wants the mandu.
No, so that's a setup. But then we go back. So of course, this is when the tropes just start happening. So
she's walking home, soaking wet,
right? And she's just like, oh.
Because where was that pool at? His house or a hotel or a gym?
A gym. So then he's driving, right? And then, of course, there's always that trope of the male lead who's a dick.
Mm-hmm.
He has to, though, stop the car and be like, jump in, I'll give you a ride. And the girl's always like, I don't need you. Like, the subway's right there.
Like, you can't get you can't get in the subway wet. You have to get in the car. And then she's like, no. And then he literally opens the door and then puts her in the car. This is my question. Does this perpetuate a man being mean to you actually mean he likes you?
This is so stupid. You know, yes. It's like,
I I've never, because like, remember like if a boy was mean to you in school, they'd be like, oh, that means that he likes you. And I
really wish women will stop telling their children that.
So when I was a little girl,
my mom used to say that to me. It's because he likes you. And I'm like, really?
My mom told me that's not true.
Good.
And not only that, I was like, but if a boy is nice to me, but if a boy likes me, he'll be nice to me. So anytime a little boy was mean to me, I was mean to him. Because I was like, if you like me, you'll be nice to me.
Yeah.
So, because I remember like, oh, he's being mean to me. Because I remember the girl was like, oh, this boy pulled my hair. And the teacher was like, oh, that means he likes you. And I was like, I don't think so. And I was like,
my teachers used to say that. They were all my female teacher, and my mommy and my everyone used to tell me that. All the women in my life used to tell me that. They're like, oh, it's because he likes you. And I'm like, no, maybe.
I had some teachers that would say it, and then some teachers would go, tell him not to do that to you.
Yeah.
We have to get out of this. If a boy is mean to you, I hope we're finally out of this.
Yeah.
As a teaching for girls.
Yeah. It's a weird lesson.
In his chest. Well, and if he likes you, then he'll let you punch him in his chest.
So he is following her. He takes his coat off. He like gives her the coat, and I'm like rolling my eyes. Then he turns on the heater because he's a little soft boy deep down inside.
Because he saw that she was still wet.
I know, and he's like,
oh, I don't want to catch a cold. So he like puts her in the car. Then puts the jacket on her. It's like, why are you being nice to me? It's like, because I don't need my employee not making it into work.
And then he tells her, why don't you present the report to me verbally? Like, we could talk about it.
Because we got 15 minutes till I take you home.
So she does it. And then he looks at it. He goes, hey, cut this 25-pager into 5 pages.
Not wrong.
And then he starts giving her tips. And he's like, hey, why don't you? And then he like pulls his, like, he reaches over in the glove department. She's like,
because remember, a trope is putting the seatbelt on her.
Mm-hmm. And then he pulls it out and he's like, this is one of my old reports. Why don't you use it as a guide? And, you know, I can help you, right? So she leaves. He also can't stop fucking grinning the entire fucking time because he clearly likes this woman. Fine. Okay. She gets out of the car, okay? And it's the loan sharks, another trope. Our loan shark guys are back, and they're like, "Are you cool, Da-rim?" And then she's like, "No, I'm
she
not."
completely, like, changes her accent. Like, she changes her whole voice, and she's like, "Oh," because they're being so aggressive with her. And then she's like, "Oh no, that's not me. She's out of town." And he's like, "Oh, okay, I'm so
Also,
sorry."
he's so gullible. He just bought it right away.
And he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean. When she gets home, can you tell her that we want to say?" She's like, "Yeah." So when I saw it, so when he found her phone in the car, and then the loan sharks come up, and then she's like, "Oh, that's not me." I'm like, this man's gonna come up screaming her name. Yes. And he's like, call Da-rim, your phone. And she's like, shut up. And them loan sharks, because what's so crazy was like, "Oh, that's not you." And then the guy's beating up his henchman. He's like, "Oh, we're so sorry to inconvenience you. This is the wrong place. This is the wrong. She's not even home. We're so sorry. We apologize." Which I thought was very cute. And the old boy comes walking. Ji-hyuk comes walking up with the phone.
Why are you fucking screaming my name?
Yelling my whole government name in front of these loan sharks.
And then the running begins, the chase, okay? She's like, "Run!" So she starts running. He starts running. She runs past him.
Because she's probably had to run more for danger than he has.
Exactly. So then the guys are chasing. It's this whole thing, the trope. Then you see Seon-woo, who's buying the dumplings for his son. He sees them running. He starts running.
He drops the dumplings, drops the mandu on the ground. He starts running. And then Ji-hyuk is literally running out of steam. But I'm like, we saw him in 3 different episodes of this show jogging. So why is he running out of steam?
Why is he running out of steam?
I guess because he's in a dress shoe and not drunk.
Oh my God.
And then she falls, which makes me angry.
That is another trope, because you always have to have some kind of twisted ankle of some sort.
Every woman has to fall when she is running for her life. Every woman. And so Seon-woo arrives, and then he joins. So it's like the loan shark is getting close to the closet.
Yes.
And so
so because they run into the closet, right?
Right. And so they're hiding.
Also, it made me angry that this random closet was just there.
Still,
I understand that they're throwing that thing out, but I'm like,
storage.
okay.
It's storage. It's outside. It's
So
storage.
they go into the closet.
I think if it was like more of a shed situation, it would have made more sense to me. It was a house closet.
It's usually, for me, it's usually like an alleyway. They like hide it into an alley.
Yeah.
That would have made more sense in a fucking closet.
They're in an alley, in a slat door closet.
So stupid.
And the guy's like,
So they go in, and of course, inside the closet, he's like, they're like, you know, like she's like on top of him, and it's another trope. And then you see so the guy comes, right? The loan sharks are there. Mm-hmm. And then Seon-woo in the corner's like, "Where are you going?" And then they all
So leads the loan sharks in the other direction.
Yes.
And so now they're trapped. They're trapped in this cramped closet. And they're close together. And so they're very close, and you can hear more breathing. And it's like, are they going to kiss? Are they going to kiss? Ooh, they're going to kiss, because it's like he never stopped liking her. She is trying to stay away from him. And then Seon-woo pulls the doors open.
I know. So when he does it, this was pretty hot. This is when Ji-hyuk, I was like, okay, 알았어. Ji-hyuk's like shoves him. Or no, I think Seon-woo's just like, he pulls Da-rim to her, right, towards him. And then Ji-hyuk pushes him. He's like, "What are you doing?" You know? And then and then he's like, "I'm her boss." And then Seon-woo's like, "I'm her husband."
And the way he lets the hand go, just literally goes,
oh, his face.
And his whole face drops. And then there's this awkward apology, and he's like, and he goes like, "Oh, please take care of my Remy."
Oh, that made me laugh so hard, because, you know, it's her nickname. Like, you know, he uses the last part, Da-rim, so he's calling her, "Oh, please take care of my Remy." Oh my God.
So I'm sure he was. I mean, it was a face crack, obviously.
God, I felt so bad from him.
His face was great, and then it's like she goes to walk, her ankle hurts. So then,
of course,
gotta piggyback her, because that is one of the biggest tropes of all time.
Oh man.
The only other time you have it was like the drunk on soju.
You gotta always. My God. So basically, within a second of this episode opening, it is literally just like you are hit with like five tropes.
Ting-ting-ting-ting.
Like, it's nuts.
Trope city, bitch. Trope city, bitch.
And then his face. Anyways, Ji-hyuk goes back home, and then he is just like wrestling with all this emotion.
He's like, Remy.
Remy?
My rim.
She has a fucking husband.
Yeah.
He's like, oh my God. And then Kyungmin, his right hand person's there. And he's like, are you jealous? And then there's like a Shakespeare quote. They're like, Shakespeare said love is merely a madness.
Hilarious.
And I was just like, oh my God.
But he's literally just sitting there drinking, just running through
everything.
But this is the other reason that I like Korean dramas, because I was telling somebody the reason that I like them is because American TV is women's emotions and men's actions. And so we never see how men feel.
Oh, well.
We always see what men do.
Homie is feeling.
He is all up in the feel.
He has been yearning, emotional, brooding this entire...
Filiana. He is outside. He is...
It's a lot.
I mean, heart open.
He is...
And I love it because Seon-woo was so like, oh, I can't pretend to be your husband. That's crazy.
But
it's
he
like
very quickly like,
I'm her boss. I'm her husband. Oh, now you on board?
So this is interesting too because they go back, right? And then they're chatting, and this Seon-woo, you can just tell. Like, this is when we can tell that Seon-woo does like her because he's like he's like, hey, have you eaten? I'll make you food. So he's like almost acting as if he is really her husband.
Well, he's always trying to feed her.
And then she's just kind of like, no, it's okay. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, okay. So then next day, Ji-hyuk. Oh, and then previously in the pool scene, I think Ji-hyuk promises to go back to work, right? So he's like, I'll go back to work.
Yes, I got to go back to work because you're messing us up. And then Seon-woo tells her, hey, you need to report the loan sharks.
Oh, yes. That's one important thing. Yes.
You need to report the loan sharks.
Because it's illegal technically, which I had no idea because in Korean dramas.
Well, because she's saying, well, I owe them 30 million won. I will just pay the 30 million won. And he's like, no, with interest, it ends up being like $270 million, 270 million won in interest.
Yeah.
Which this is illegal.
Yeah. So then.
This is my question. I know that, so pawn shops and check cashing places and title pawns are considered predatory lenders. Also
in America, yes.
In America. Also store credit cards.
Okay.
Because the interest rate's super high. It's like 30%. But are there loan sharks in America? Because you remember that movie like Get Shorty? Like it was a loan shark, like an old boy was a loan shark coming out to Hollywood to make a movie. Do we have?
I've never, unless it's like maybe like gang related. Maybe mobs. Maybe mobs used to do it back in the day.
Why don't mob used to? But I'm just like, but like the mob ain't mobbing like the mob used to mob.
Yeah, I don't think there's like, hey, I need money. I'm just gonna go to the local, like the neighborhood loan shark and ask for money.
Maybe we don't know these things because we aren't in the places and in the spaces and in the tax brackets to know these things.
The next day, Ji-hyuk goes back to the office. I thought this was really weird. He wakes up wearing a cable knit white cable knit sweater. And I was like, why is this man wearing a white cable knit sweater to bed? But sure.
Because it's cold in his house. It must be. Because I was like,
it's cold in this chaebol's house. Okay. He doesn't have heat. Okay.
You know his floors are heated. But that's why I was like, well, he's got money because he's asleep in a white sweater. But I also said the same thing. I'm like, this man went to sleep in a sweater?
It was so weird.
Is he anemic?
It was weird.
But he didn't have any blankets on him. I'm like, of course not. He fell asleep in a sweater.
So then he goes back to work, right? And Da-rim is showing him the full-on report again. Oh, she revised it, right? She revised it to 5 pages.
Because he said it had to be seductive.
And sexy. And then he thinks for a hot second that she's talking about herself. And she's like, what? And he's like, stop it. No. So this is really funny. And he calls her Chunyeomma, which is like,
Chun's mother.
Chun's mother. Anyways, so.
And then reminded her that she still needs to resign.
Yeah.
Even though I thought we already talked about it.
I know. He changed his mind again, which is annoying. But then this is so funny because everyone is praising the team and Da-rim for the report.
Because it went good.
It went well, but then they start calling, this part made me laugh. They start calling him a freeloader.
Yes.
Because they're like, you're the lazy chaebol son. You don't do jack shit.
And it's the whole office calling him the freeloader.
And I'm like, oh my God. So
Mind you, I feel like his sister probably started this rumor.
it's so funny. And then Da-rim, though, is like, no. Team leader actually helped us. So
He gave us the
isn't.
notes. He gave us, which I think, again, is her showing care for him. Because now she is defending him and being like, no.
Yeah, because she does
He
like
had
him.
helped us.
She does like him. So then we jump. So this is more of the Ha-yeong, Seon-woo situation, right? Seon-woo is thinking about how Da-rim told him that about the loan shark. So he's trying to help her. So he's like, you know what? How can I get money? He decides to hit back Ha-yeong and ask her about the exhibition. Okay.
Right.
So then he goes to her, the art hall, whatever. And of course, another trope. She is like fixing something on a ladder.
She's in a giant heel trying to fix this crystal tree.
And then, of
The
course,
way these people fall, you are not trying to save any of your organs. She's, wow. And he catches her.
like perfectly, eye roll. He catches her. She is clearly falling more and more in love with him, because how could you not fall in love with a man who catches you perfectly like that? Perfect landing.
I fell in love with the man who picked me up and lifted me over his head. And I was like, it's like, and my homegirl was like, what? And I was like, the last time somebody picked me up, I think was 1988. And so
She's telling him about the exhibition, right? So she's super excited. Mom comes in. Mom's like, oh, we canceled that. We're not doing that because that's not going to make any money.
because the window has no walls. So the walls has windows but no glass. And so the mother is talking cash shit. She's like photographer. And so she is speaking so loudly.
I know.
And there's nothing worse than like overhearing someone badmouth you.
I know.
But she's also being mean. She was like, no, we're going to Chanel. Let's go.
I know. She's like, we're going to go shopping. Basically, Ha-yeong is trying to prove herself, right? She's trying to prove herself that she's something and she's worth something. So she's kind of like a Ji-hyuk in this way. She's not your typical spoiled girl. She's trying to prove herself. She's trying to do something. But her parents are treating her as if like all she's worth is just getting married.
Yeah. It's like,
sad.
it's almost like it's, hey, it's like, why are you working? We work so hard for you not to have to do anything, because it's like, why are you trying to make an exhibit for other people? I do wonder if this is actually how rich people are, or if this is a characterization that we've been given about rich people.
I don't think they're all like that. I think nowadays it's a little bit different, because if you look at like the current Korean chaebols, like they all work for their companies. They're all working. And we're kind of skipping ahead, but I just wanted to finish this out. But she goes back to Seon-woo's studio to apologize because she feels bad, right? Because Seon-woo leaves being like, you know what, don't worry about it.
I should have came.
Yeah. And she comes to apologize. He doesn't really want to talk to her. He's like, don't worry about it. I need to go pick up my son. But then, of course, he has a last minute client.
Yes.
And then Ha-yeong volunteers to go pick up Junhee.
And then
from
he
school.
lets a stranger
I
go
was
pick
like,
up
what
his
is
son.
happening?
So not only did you let a stranger pick up your son, but the daycare didn't ask for no ID.
No.
Didn't ask.
She walks in. I feel like she's wearing, this woman is wearing sunglasses in the dark. I'm like, who is this child like stealing person? But all the little kids are so excited to see her.
Because they're like, my mom is pretty. My mom is pretty. My mom is pretty.
My mom cooks, and poor Junhee is just like, I don't have a mom. I'm an orphan. So he's just like, and then he sees this beautiful woman or beautiful Nuna come pick him up. He's like, are you my dad's girlfriend? And she's like, no, but do you want me to be? Just like, it was very cute. It was a very cute moment. But yes, so we have that happening.
So the baby is shipping dad.
Yes. This week for our segment, we're going to talk about Ji-hyuk, okay?
Yeah.
Our actor whose name is Jang Ki-yong. So he was in a lot of like recent, I would say the past 10 years, he's been in a lot of stuff. I don't think I think I've watched like maybe 2 dramas, but I never finished those dramas. I would start them, but I remember seeing his face, but I was just never like drawn to him for whatever reason. but he is 33. He was born in 1992. He grew up in Ulsan, which is a city near kind of like the countryside. He says he's from the country. So it's near Busan. He's near the water. He's from that area. When he was younger, he was really interested in fashion and photography. So that's why he went into modeling. And his parents were super against it because they're like, what are you doing?
Of course, we're mere country folk.
Yeah, why are you going to do this? But he decided to pursue it, went to college, and then he started his modeling career when he was 20 years old. So he was in Seoul Fashion Week. And then he is 6'2".
Yeah, he is.
He got long limbs. He has the high fashion visual. So that really made him into he became a standout male model very quickly. And then he started moving into, he was interested in acting in 2014. So his first drama, it was It's Okay, That's Love, which is with the gal from Camellia Blooms. Kong Yo-jin. And then in 2016, he decided to go on a hip hop show competition called Tribe of Hip Hop, and he rapped. Anyhow,
I can tell you this: anytime, any hip hop, there's something about just, I don't know what it is. It's someone just yeah, I just want to be a rapper. I don't know why. It's so hard.
It's hard.
It's very hard, and you can be so bad at it.
I need to pull this. I don't know. I want to pull this clip up. He was a finalist though. He was a top 10 finalist.
Oh, thank God. I am.
So, good for him. But it made me laugh though. I was like, oh my God, I need to watch it. So he wanted to try new things. That's why he went on the show. But after that, he gained popularity in 2017 because he played a supporting character in a drama called Confession Couple, which was a drama with Jang Nara, which I didn't know. Then he was in My Mister. You know My Mister? It's on Netflix. It's with IU. And then and then his first major leading role was Come and Hug Me, where he plays a traumatized man haunted by his father's crimes. He got a Baeksang Award for that.
Wow.
So he did a really
Come
good
and
job.
Hug Me.
So he's really known in the beginning for melodramatic roles and psychological roles. He didn't get into comedy stuff until later in his career, which is interesting. He started doing rom-coms. This is the drama that I watch. It was called Search WWW. It's on Netflix.
Search the internet?
Search the internet.
That's
Search
so funny.
WWW. It's a story with 3 female leads. It's actually interesting. It's talk about their romantic, there are a lot of shows that during that time would feature 3-4 best friends. They would talk about, they'd focus on their
search woman.
Yes, search woman. He was in that. He was in My Roommate is a Kumio. And then he was in a Netflix original romantic comedy film, rom-com film in 2021 called Sweet and Sour. We got to look this up. I got to watch this.
Where he opens his own restaurant.
And then he was in a drama with Song Hye-kyo. You know, Song Hye-kyo, who played the famous actress who was in, she had the genie cameo. The Genia. They were in a drama called Now We Are Breaking Up. I did not watch this. I want to watch it now because I didn't realize he was in it. But then after that, in 2021, he did military service. Then he came back in 2023.
I wonder if every country did military, the men just had to
I think maybe in America, maybe men need to go for a couple months. You know what I mean?
La 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 la. Yeah.
So at SBS Drama Awards this year, they did win. So he won the Excellence Award for male acting. An Eun-jin, she won for Best Female, and they won the Best Couple Award.
We gotta get to one of these awards.
But this is the thing. So Korean award shows, it's kind of a cop-out because each network has one. So SBS has it for their dramas. NBC has it for dramas.
Oh.
So of course they're going to fucking win. So the big thing for me, at least, is the Baeksang Awards because it combines everything.
So this is your...
Imagine if HBO had their own awards.
Crazy.
Okay? well, who's gonna win? Game of Thrones is gonna, you know what I mean? So it's like, are you really winning?
Well, yeah, Eastbound and Down's gonna win.
So it's more or less like kind of like, to me, it's like an award where these networks are thanking the actors of participating in their dramas almost.
Oh, but that's what you do when you paid me.
Fun facts: he's appeared in IU's music videos, Friday in the Red Shoes.
Ooh.
This is before he was like really acting. He's a huge MMA and Brazilian jiu-jitsu fan, and he regularly trends. And would you like to know his Myers-Briggs?
Sure.
He is ENFP.
Elemental P. Got it.
That is our fun facts.
Fun facts. Fun facts.
Fun facts. Fun facts. We learn more about Ji-hyuk's past, okay? Because his mom, his dad is super mad at him for skipping work, which I don't blame him.
Which I get.
Listen, you shouldn't be skipping work, but because they had a deal is a deal.
A deal is a deal.
And then he goes to see his mom because his mom had an accident, okay? So homegirl, she had a bloody toe too. I was like, it was in a cast. I was like, couldn't you have wiped off the blood?
No.
That she had an accident. She fell down the stairs. He's freaking out because we find out that we learn the backstory of the family, the chaebol drama.
Right.
Okay, so basically the dad is trash, chairman.
And been trashed the whole time.
Had an affair, had a daughter out of wedlock who is Ji-hye.
So this is my question.
Yes.
Was it that he was with that woman and didn't know the woman was pregnant?
Yeah, I think so.
And then once he got married, the lady died. And that's when he even learned about the daughter.
No, I think that he was having an affair.
And so he's known the daughter the whole time.
He didn't know about the daughter. He had an affair with this woman. The woman had the baby, but she died. Maybe he knew. I think he may have known. We don't know.
I know the woman died for him to get custody of the daughter now.
Yeah. But we don't know if he knew or if he didn't know. Okay. I think he knew. He tried to keep it, but then if they, you know, what are you going to do with your blood? You're just going to let her like go to an orphanage. She's not going to let, you know, so.
He could. But then when she finds out who her dad is, it's going to be a whole other problem.
So you see a scene of young Ji-hye and young Ji-hyuk. Ji-hyuk basically says, this is the first time I've ever heard my mom cry because mom's pissed. She's like, how can you do this?
Because she was like, this was an arranged marriage, but I did end up loving you.
Yeah, I'm really trying. And then he's like, well, you know, since I paid off your father's debts, why don't you do this for me? Why don't you do me a solid since I paid off your dad's debts? And why don't you just take this one?
By accepting the fact that you had a baby from another woman.
Yeah.
Also, I think it's interesting with their names, Ji-hye and Ji-hyuk, because this is a baby from another woman, but the prefix is still the same.
Yeah, the whole name is the same, yeah.
So I think it's very interesting because it's like he could have let that kid, he could have let her go to an orphanage or go to another family member instead of accepting her into the family. So the fact that you didn't even start living with them until you were about like 12 and then mistreats the brother is crazy. You're trying to sabotage him. And that's what's like, that's when my girl one moment was like, why are you trying to sabotage him when you could have just grown up stealing shit out of people's houses and stuff them in your pockets like you were when you walked in the house?
I think she's just a evil character who is just jealous.
Oh, because he's a full-blooded.
Yeah. Because that's always going to be like a thing.
Because
like she knows, that's why she's trying so hard at Natural Bebe, because she knows that it's going to go to Ji-hyuk. It's not going to her.
Because she's a girl.
She's technically a bastard, right?
It's referred to as born on the wrong side of the blanket.
Yeah, bastard child, yes. I'm watching Victoria on BBC. They were like, I'm a bastard child. I was like, yeah.
That used to be a real problem. That used to be a real...
I mean, in Korean culture too, like even... Yeah.
Well, because if you're in a patriarchal...
You have second families, you know?
Well, if you're a second family, or if it's a patriarchal society where it's inheritance is very important. If you're not because here's the thing, the idea of a legitimate and an illegitimate child is already an interesting concept.
It's so wild
because it's based off of the actions of the father.
Yeah.
Because mothers don't make illegitimate children. They're always their mother's child.
Yeah, but then men...
Because men pass down property. He comes upstairs and he shows his mom his medal. And then she's sitting in the chair and then we see her wrists are dripping.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting down to go to. Mm-hmm. Because we do see this, so we see this mom's scars at one point.
Yeah, it was kind of dramatic. Yeah.
Right. And then to see this, and I'm like, oh, he really found his mom. And so, of course, it would, because he's like, this is the first time, like, I saw my mom cry. You see the sister showing up. And it's like, kind of like when Itaewon Clash, where like the younger brother comes in because the father had a, there's always some rich man who has an affair. And it's like, yeah, this kid's going to live here now.
Yeah.
And the wife just has to take it because, you know, whatever happens. But now we're at the hospital and Ji-hyuk runs into Da-rim and her mother because he's like, you know, because she's been washing her mom's hair and they're having a conversation. And then she sees Big Boss Man.
Yeah, so
in the hallway.
Yeah, so they run into each other. And then this part was so sweet because Da-rim's mom
tries to get up.
She is so great. Like she's so happy that her daughter has a job and she's so thankful for her boss. So yeah, so she tries to get up and he is so sweet in this moment. I thought this was such a sweet moment where he like kneels so she doesn't have to get up and then he holds her hand.
And he's like, you're going to get, like, this was like,
I really, really thought this was such a,
because
you know.
She was like, oh, you're going to get your knees started. He's like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was so sweet. And you could just tell, like, he clearly respects and loves, like, his mom. So he understands when he sees Da-rim's mom is, like, sick. Like, he kind of, like, feels that, right? And
because they're in the same hospital.
They're in the same hospital. So they end up bonding, right? So they open up. They're outside of the hospital. And Da-rim tells him the truth. She's just kind of like, hey, like, you know, my mom's in the hospital because my sister took out loans. That's why I'm getting chased by loan sharks.
So those guys were loan sharks. My sister fled.
My mom had a heart attack.
Also,
that's why she's here.
Her sister.
I know. So, and then he's just kind of like, huh. And then they talk about how they have a shared experience of both being guardians to their parents. So they're basically like, you know, we used to always feel like our parents, our moms were invincible, but now as they get older, we realize like we need to be taking care of them. So they bond, right? So that's a very sweet moment. And then she basically says, she asks him for a truce. She's like, hey, like, I understand, like, you're mad, but, like, is there any way you could do me a solid? Like, at this point, like, I'm just trying to save my mom.
But I think this is a good way. One, I kind of hate the fact that he needed to see this example as to why he needs to stop pressuring her to quit this job.
Yeah.
But also, I think it gives him we get to see that sweetness and we get to see that humanity in him.
Yeah, yeah.
And so just like, oh, he does so much for a mom. Because I feel like even if she told him, he would think like she was trying to use it as an excuse.
Yeah, because he thinks she's lying, right?
Right.
But then seeing the mom like at the hospital in her wheelchair, like,
rolling the mother in.
Yeah.
And it's like, you just left your mom's room.
Yeah.
And so,
but remember, I feel like in the beginning of the first episode, the reason why he liked her, he started liking her because he saw how kind she was.
Like picking up the oranges for the lady in the street.
So at the core, I think that's why he fell for her. So now he's seeing her in this light of like, oh, maybe she's really trying to just like live because she's clearly
a person.
Dutiful person. She's a dutiful daughter. She's doing all this stuff. So I feel like I do like how they're using this as a common point to bring them together. Because it is kind of like, if you think about it in real life, like this would be something, you know, like if you love you know what I mean? In a partner, you want to be able to see like, oh, this person is kind to her, you know, his or her parent or like, you know.
Because it's like, we always say like it's a red flag, like see how someone like treats their mom.
Yeah, yeah.
And if they don't treat their mother well.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't give birth to you. I just got here.
Yeah. So it's like they have common values. I think this is good. I think this is all good.
And it's also it's also like quelling the fire of anger in him. It seems like.
I know. So next day at work, because we got to get more workplace shenanigans, Ji-hye is super upset because the MotherTF team, they're doing pretty well. Like, that report was a banger.
Well, here's the thing.
Everyone's talking about that report.
Da-rim's not incompetent.
No, she's smart.
And
hard worker.
And the whole girl with the bob.
She seems pretty, you know.
Also not incompetent because she was just like, I took time off from working. And then it seems like the lady that brought the food, it seems like she never really like worked in an office before.
I think it's tough. She tried, but you remember in the beginning, she was like, every time I would get a job, something would happen to my kid.
Right. And I'd have to do something. So, but I feel like you can tell with her outfits. I'm like, oh, you've been in a corporate setting before. Yeah. So it's not like she's completely, like, it's that thing where it's like, I just needed a chance.
Yeah, they just needed a chance. So they're doing well. So because of this, Ji-hye, Ji-hyuk's sister, is super annoyed. So they have to come up with another plot. Okay, they've been doing stuff. So randomly, they're like, "Hey, we're gonna make this team.
We need to make it public. We need to embarrass them publicly."
So he runs over the crony runs over to Ji-hyuk and he's like, "We need your team to do an emergency commerce live stream." So it's like QVC on YouTube, right? And you need to sell a product, right? He's like, our competitor's doing it. We really need you guys to do it. And the Ji-hyuk's just like, we are not going to do this because our team has zero experience.
Right.
You know, he's like, nope. How can you, like, this is too last minute. Like, we can't do it. But the Ajumas are just like, we can do it. Why not? It's because they're all about like fighting and they're gung-ho and they're like, we can try this. So they volunteer. So now this is the new project, okay?
Because every episode, every 2 episodes, we got to have a new project.
Yeah, you got to get something that propels the storyline forward. So they decide to split up the responsibilities, okay?
Which makes sense because you've never done this before.
So Bob, Chini, and Nansuk, they volunteered to go on camera, okay?
Because they have the biggest personalities, they should be on camera.
Yes. So then Ji-hyuk and Da-rim have to go. They have to secure the prizes. This made no sense because why are they going out to buy prizes when they have products themselves they can just give out? But sure, fine.
Maybe they're one of those offices where they don't have their own product?
Well, they talked about the Bebeza machine, like that was the Bebeza machine was supposed to be something good. They're like, oh, we ran out. I get that, but like, do you really need to go on a shopping trip to like a baby store to buy like shoes as decor? You guys don't have that. They go,
but this also gave them a mission,
of course, and then you have to have shenanigans. So they go. Okay, so he's in the car and he's like, "This is all I'm gonna do for you. Don't ask me for any other help.
I'm just gonna drive. Don't look for me for help." So
they get to the store. Da-rim really wants to give this Bebeza this prize because it's like the hot product.
It's the hot product.
It's like a baby formula maker or something. So they're leaving the store. They see a contest and everyone is running to participate in this contest because this is the baby product of the year, okay? So she's like, we got to play this game so we can get the prize.
And we have to be a married couple so we can win.
So then this proceeds to the other trope. You know, there's always like a contest you need to do. It made me laugh. So have you seen, was this the first time you saw the game that they're playing? Have you seen that before? No. That cracks me up. So they do this on like variety shows.
Oh, the standing on the newspaper?
Yeah, so yeah, and you fold it. So the whole point is you just gotta like be very close proximity to one another. You got to be like basically hugging each other.
I do like the couple where it was the bigger girl. And
that made me laugh.
It was very cute.
That was very cute. I love that. And then, so they go to the very end. The final mission is for them to basically, suck and blow that game?
Yeah. So it's like the paper. Like I remember working at a job and they wanted us to play this game. And then everybody went, no, this is inappropriate.
Highly inappropriate.
I think it was like a male manager.
Oh, no.
And we were just like, no, this is not appropriate for work.
Suck and Blow from Clueless, the movie.
I remember I saw it in college. I saw it on TV. I've never seen it in real life.
Yeah.
And so it was like, oh, yeah, you do this. And I was like, nah, you trying to kiss me through the phone. No.
So, of course, they end up.
He doesn't want to do it.
They end up kissing because she is like, you know, like they're a hot mess, but they end up kissing. It's very cute. And then they're like, he's stunned. Once again, he's stunned.
Eyes open. So much eyes open kissing. I think that's also a trope we have to remember. The eyes open surprise kiss.
Yes, of course. So then they're leaving. Then they see the couple who won the prize. Then he goes over and he's like, hey, give me the prize. And they're like, no. And he's like, I got a black card. And then he pays them off basically.
That black card came out and I was like, that man got some real coins right there.
So
when that black card come out,
Yes. So so then they buy the prize. It's very exciting, okay? They go back.
And then he tells her they traded for it. And they're like, well, why would they trade for it? He was like,
don't worry about it.
It's fine. You got your prize.
So then they go back. And this cracked me up. This part made me so then Nansuk comes. Nansuk's the lady with the 3 kids. And she's like.
Her mascara's running.
Because she was crying because her baby's sick.
She said, my youngest has always been weak.
Yeah, but then she's like, but I'm going to finish this because, this is my job. Because she kept on getting fired because of her kids, So she's like, I got to do this. And they're like, just go home.
Ji-hyuk's like, go take care of your
hospital.
son.
Like, what are you doing?
Because, and then what's old boy's name? The sidekick?
Kyungmin.
He was like, yeah, you only have one child.
Yeah,
like,
just go. It was very sweet.
He said, this is what this is for. Go home.
And then this made me laugh so hard.
I felt so bad for her because she came with the sunglasses on. I was like, oh, no.
She was so excited because she
looked gorgeous. She was snatched.
So she's like, oh, because she wanted to be like a news anchor, right? When she was younger. And so she's like getting ready. This is her moment. And she's trying to fix the lighting, getting a selfie, but the light was like broken. So
she's standing on a rolling chair.
And then she falls. And of course the phone.
But we have all dropped a phone on our faces.
It hurts. It hurts.
I can tell you the number of times.
I don't like it. When I'm like in bed, I'm like, oh no.
Oh girl, I won't. I've dropped it.
It's too much.
I will turn my face. I've done this. But it's like, that's why I only, if I'm in bed with my phone, I'm not here.
You never know. You never know. So
didn't you tell me? I almost did this at my house. Didn't you tell me your parents have like the phone holders?
Yeah. So they are literally like, it disturbs me.
It's honestly, but it's genius.
So that means that Go-eun and Da-rim need to go on camera. Okay. This also cracked me up. So they go on, and the way they start, it reminded me when I first started recording the podcast when I was so wooden and terrified. They're like, hello, welcome to the live stream. And then in the comments, you can't see them in the comments. People are like, what's wrong with them? But then Da-rim starts loosening up, and she starts doing a really good job.
Because she is getting support from Ji-hyuk.
Ji-hyuk is back there producing. He is directing.
And he's like, hey.
And then there's a very sweet moment where Go-eun says that the question was, or the angel hug diaper, right?
Are they better than the other diapers?
And then she's like, I don't know because I only use angel hug, which is a great answer. And then we discover that Go-eun got pregnant when she was young. Her husband was running around trying to make money, then killed. And she had to raise her kid on her own. She had no money, but she was able to survive because Natural Bebe gave her a year's worth of supply of angel hugs. That out of nowhere, I started was crying. I was like,
well,
Jesus.
even homeboy
Kyungmin is crying. Everyone's crying
because he's like,
what is happening?
Everybody's freaking out. Everybody's losing it. Because I was like, oh my god. And she's like, no, I said the wrong thing. And it's like, I was
sobbing. I was like, what is happening? You go from laughing and you're like sobbing.
Here's the person part of me was like, this is so sad. But like the producer part of me,
cold,
perfect. I was like, they're like, no, I shouldn't have said this. And I was like, this. I was like, no, bitch, this is perfect.
It's so good.
It's the best thing you could have said.
So then she was supposed to, but she goes to to wipe her tears and fix herself up. But she was supposed to do the diaper demonstration because Da-rim doesn't know how to change a diaper because she doesn't have kid. Okay,
But she did have a younger sibling.
But they were like 2 years apart.
Oh, that's true.
So she's like shaking. So then they put this bright blue liquid, I just love, into the diaper. And I'm like, that's a lot of water for the diaper. And then she fixes it. She's like, I think this is it. And she lifts it up. Lord behold, starts fucking dripping blue liquid because we discover Ji-hye and her crony Ajoshi, he had a fucking blade.
The same one I keep in my purse. And had cut the diaper up. But this is the part where I was just like, this is your company.
Why are you doing that?
Why are you sabotaging your own company? Because it's like, so that made it, so what you did was you made it look like the diaper wasn't good. So you could have...
You're damaging your own brand.
You're damaging your own brand to try to destroy your brother's team.
It was so stupid. So then afterwards, he is berating Toddy and being like, how could you do this? You don't even know to change a diaper. The Ji-hyuk's
Are you even a mother?
And the Ji-hyuk's just like, hey, you need to stop berating. She is my employee. She's my team member. You need to stop that. So then everything, all of like their good, like, I mean, it is just, it's wild. They did so well, but because of this little sabotage, everyone's sad. So Ta-rim goes home. She's super sad, right? She's leaving the office. Mm-hmm. Then, of course, guess who's waiting? A black truck, okay? A black little truck, a man waiting for her.
I'm surprised a man in a leather baseball cap with the mask on didn't grab her.
I know. So they shove her in. She's getting kidnapped. Then, of course, Ji-hyuk sees and he's like, oh, my God.
He's just randomly walking by in his head, and then she's screaming, help me, help me. And he looks over, he's like, what? No. And then he has to go save her. And so he's flipping in and out. And I literally
was the car chase.
And then there's a white truck, and then there's always a truck.
The white truck of doom almost hits him.
And I was literally going in my house going, no, you're okay. No, you're all right. And then she ends up in an abandoned building, tied up. And he's like, you're going to harm, because when he grabs her, he was like, you reported me to the police and you shouldn't have. Yeah. And so that was because she said, isn't it going to be bad if I report him to the police? And Seon was like, no, you have to report him to the police. And then he gets grabbed because he's like, you reported me to the police. So she's going to get kidnapped outside the job or kidnapped outside the house. She's in an abandoned building. She's tied up. And there's like, we're going to harvest your organs.
Okay, and this is this trope has been around for like about 10 years now. They love harvesting the organs.
No, the harvesting organs is older than this.
I think, but in K-dramas, it didn't, I learned about harvesting organs in K-dramas.
Oh, I learned about this on some, when did I learn about harvesting? You know what? Law and Order. But you know what? It was Law and Order, and they had a Chinese episode. But it's like somebody had to pay his debt, so he's sitting in, like, they kept finding.
Because my mom was telling me that she read, I remember this, it was like this whole thing in China where people were like selling organs and shit.
To pay off debt. Jesus. But I was like, okay, but who's getting, if this is somebody who is drinking and gambling all the time, do you really want their kidney?
He's about to harvest organs, but then the hero shows up, right?
The man dem kicks the door down.
Slow-mo. There's like headlights, bright lights.
The first thing I was like, I hope he's got the cops with him. Otherwise, you're going to have to fight off these three dudes.
He can do it. So he walks in, and guess what he does?
Do you take cards? Because once I found out she owed 30 million won, I'm like, bro, call your boss. That man got 30 million won.
He got 30 million. That's 30,000. He got 30,000.
He got 30,000.
Also, we never got to the point. Did he pay her for her
medical bills?
Well, that too, but no, for the job, for the fake contract. I don't think he ever paid her fully.
I think he did. We just never talk about it because it's like, because he said she wanted half up front.
Okay, so I guess he paid her.
I mean, we don't at least paid her half up front. I don't know if he paid her the other half.
So this was that's the end of the episode. This drama, what a silly drama.
What a silly drama. He pays off her debt on a black card. It was like a black card is saving people's lives.
Let's just skip to the tropes because it's just it's just crazy. So I counted 15 in this episode. Okay. So wet heroin, forced ride home.
That's 2 right there.
Lone shark chasing. Mm-hmm. Forced closet, almost kissing. Mm-hmm. The spraining of her ankle. Mm-hmm. Seon-woo's piggyback ride.
Yep.
Ha-yeong falling from the ladder and Seon-woo saving her. Ji-hyuk's childhood trauma from a cheating parent.
New half-sister.
New half-sister. Corporate sabotage plan, which was the live stream. You got a couple game for the prize for the Bebeza, whatever, Bebeza. Accidental kiss during the game. Kidnapping in a black van. Wild car chasing with the white truck of doom.
That truck be working hard.
It is, I mean, yes. Organ trafficking threats. Warehouse tie-up. And the black card flex.
Because remember, when he pulled the black card out to buy the Bebeza, it blinded.
blinded them.
Because my favorite part was the guy going,
It's a black card.
because I guess you can't cast a shadow on somebody's face.
But this drama, honestly, it's like, it's not. How do I say this?
Because I do feel like it's balancing out these rom-com tropes with like genuine emotion, or is it just so many tropes being sewn together and then like the emotion is kind of like holding everything? Is it like a Spank situation where it's just holding everything in?
I think it's like, it's genuinely one of those, like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's just silly.
Yeah.
Like, I find this drama really silly. It's entertaining.
Because at one point she was like, when she begs him to like, let's play the couple game, like the background
Did
goes
you
all
see
funny. Yes. And it
and
gets all
her eyes,
sparkly.
the anime eyes, like, it's just like very silly. And I feel like they're being silly just to be extra silly. Like, I don't think they took this seriously at all.
No, because that's why I love the line where it was like, because we were saying like, you know, we can just lie about being my husband. We'll never run into any of my coworkers. And he's like, we just ran into one of your coworkers.
It's just,
and I was like, that was very funny to me.
I wouldn't say it's like, out of all the dramas we watched, it's probably the weakest in my opinion when it comes to like writing and just like everything. I don't know. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It just feels pure. Like, I'm eating candy. Like, I feel like it's
not a meal, no.
It's not a meal. It's just pure dessert, pure candy, pure fluff. I think it's a really good drama actually for people if they're wanting to watch K-dramas. Like a silly drama where they just want to see all the tropes, because it's literally within the first episodes, how many tropes?
I mean, there's at least 10 per episode. This one had, so it's
15.
been like, so like 40 to 60 tropes. And some of them repeat in the episode. Because it's like we're still dealing with like love, hate, workplace nonsense, misunderstandings, you know, parent cheating, all of this.
Yeah.
You know, dutiful son, sibling rivalry. That's 16.
It's just
The chaebol sibling rivalry. So there's 16 in this episode.
it's fun, but I'm curious to see where this goes. I don't know if it's like enough to keep it going. Unless it's just going to be pure silliness.
I want to know, how does it get revealed that she's not actually married to Seon-woo?
Yeah.
And so, how does it get revealed to Ji-hyuk that she's not?
Yeah.
So it's either gotta be she gets in a position, either she cares about him so much she has to tell him.
Yeah.
Because she is falling for him, and then she wants to start pursuing him and she can't because he thinks she's married.
Mm-hmm.
Or the sister's gonna reveal it as a way to hurt his feelings.
We're back next week.
We're back next week. We're back next Wednesday to chase the 5th episode of Dynamite Kiss. So, friends, Sarangees, Dulcés. What do you think of the pop? Okay?
Or Onnies.
Or Onnies.
Or Oppas.
Oppas.
Dongsangs.
Dongsangs. Emos. All y'all. Ajushis. Ajumas.
Harmonies, harmonies.
Harmonies. Halabuchis. Debbie Mamas. Chonas. Dagums. Whoever's out there. Young Gums. All of that. What do you think of the pod? Okay? Submit your questions, thoughts, prayers, rants, or whatever at chasingkdramas@gmail.com. We love to hear from you directly. Don't forget to subscribe to us on the YouTubes for our campaign, The Road to 10,000 Sarangees, because our 1-year anniversary is February the 5th. And please give us some love, subscribe, review, rate, follow us on the Apples, the Spotifys, YouTubes, or wherever you are tuning in. And also be sure to follow us at Chasing K-Dramas on Instagram and the TikTokies, and tell your favorite drama addicts about us so they can stay on this drama chase, because we've got our newsletter that comes out where we're talking about our favorite stuff. We got bonus content on our Substack, and that's chasingkdramas.substack.com. So thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next K-Drama Chase. 사랑해!
Chasing K-Dramas is hosted and executive produced by Dulcé, Sloan, and me, Chrissy Choi. I edit the audio and video, and our production is led by Thomas Yuen from TY Media and Go-Eun Productions. Our artwork is designed by Yi Screen. We're an indie podcast, and we're always looking for fun partnerships. If you're a brand that's interested in sponsoring our chases, or for your fan who just wants to stay in touch, please check out our website at chasingkdramas.com.